Hey there, food adventurers! Welcome to a journey like no other, where your taste buds will be put to the ultimate test. Are you ready to embark on an adventure that will challenge your senses and push the boundaries of your culinary comfort zone? Today, we're diving headfirst into the unknown. Underneath these covers lie dishes that will surprise, delight, and maybe even shock you. Each one has been carefully selected to provide a unique tasting experience. We're about to embark on a culinary journey that will test our taste buds and our courage. Imagine not knowing what you're about to eat, relying solely on your sense of taste and smell. It's a true test of bravery and an exciting way to discover new flavors. Get ready for a blindfolded taste test of some of the weirdest foods out there. From bizarre textures to unexpected flavors, this challenge is not for the faint of heart, but for those who dare, it promises an unforgettable experience. I've traveled the globe tasting exotic delicacies. From the bustling streets of Bangkok to the vibrant markets of Marrakesh, I've sampled foods that most people wouldn't dare to try. But today, we're bringing that adventure to you. But nothing quite prepares you for the experience of eating something when you have absolutely no idea what it is. The anticipation is agonizing. Your mind races with possibilities, and every bite is a new discovery. The suspense is thick enough to cut with a butter knife. Each moment is filled with excitement and a bit of fear. What will the next bite bring? A burst of flavor or a taste that makes you cringe? Will it be crunchy or slimy, sweet or savory, delicious or downright disgusting? The variety is endless, and each dish is a new adventure. Your senses will be on high alert trying to decipher the mystery of each bite. There's only one way to find out. Let's do this. Gather your courage, open your mind, and get ready to experience the unexpected. This is more than just a taste test. It's a journey into the unknown, a challenge that will leave you with stories to tell and memories to cherish. So, are you ready to take the plunge? Let's dive in and see what culinary surprises await us. Okay, folks, the moment of truth has arrived. I'm officially blindfolded. I can't see a thing. My hand trembles as I reach out for the first dish. What bizarre culinary creation awaits me beneath the cover? My heart is pounding. My stomach is doing flips. This is it. Wish me luck. The first dish is something crunchy. It sits there invitingly in a bowl, its golden brown exterior promising a satisfying bite. The anticipation builds as I prepare to dive in. I can hear the sound of it against the spoon, that unmistakable crunch as the spoon digs in, breaking through the crispy surface. It's a sound that promises a delightful texture. I take a deep breath and pop it into my mouth. The initial crunch is everything I hoped for, a symphony of sound and sensation. It's like a mini explosion of texture. The texture is dry and crumbly. As I chew, it breaks apart into smaller pieces, each one adding to the overall experience. It's a bit like eating a delicate, edible puzzle. It kind of sticks to the roof of my mouth. I find myself working a bit to dislodge it, but it's not unpleasant. It's just part of the crunchy conundrum. The taste? Earthy, nutty, with a hint of bitterness. It's a complex flavor profile that keeps me guessing with each bite. There's a richness to it that's quite intriguing. What in the world could it be? Fried crickets? Well, I'll be darned. They're actually not bad. A little dry maybe, but not bad. The idea of eating insects might be off-putting to some, but these little critters are surprisingly tasty. They have a unique flavor that's both familiar and exotic at the same time. The crunchiness is reminiscent of a well-cooked chip, but the taste is something entirely different. It's a bit like a nutty, earthy snack with a hint of something wild. As I continue to eat, I find myself appreciating the complexity of the flavors. The initial crunch gives way to a softer, more nuanced texture, and the taste evolves with each bite. It's a culinary adventure in every sense of the word. I can see why these are considered a delicacy in some cultures. They're not just food, they're an experience. And as I finish the last bite, I can't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. The crunchy conundrum has been solved, and it's a delicious revelation. On to round two. This time, I'm met with a strange, slippery texture. It feels almost alive in my mouth. The taste is interesting, mildly sweet with a slightly fishy aftertaste. I'm completely stumped. What could be both slimy and sweet? Sea grapes, also known as green caviar. I've had these before. They're a type of seaweed. Not my favorite, but definitely edible. Section 5, Round 3, the mystery meat. Round 3 brings a wave of apprehension. It's something meaty. I can tell by the texture. It's chewy and a little bit gamey. The flavor is strong, almost overpowering. What kind of meat is this? I'm starting to get a little scared. Beef tongue. Okay, that's one I wasn't expecting. It's not bad, actually. Just a little tonguey. Section 6, Round 4, Sweet and Suspicious. Let's move on to something a little sweeter. This one smells amazing, like a warm apple pie. I take a bite, and it's soft and gooey. The flavor is sweet and tart, with a hint of cinnamon. This is actually pretty good. I could get used to this. Ant larvae dessert. You've got to be kidding me. It tasted like apple pie. I'm both impressed and slightly horrified. Section 7, Round 5, The Final Frontier. The final dish, the grand finale. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The culmination of all the challenges, the trials, and the taste tests. It's the ultimate test of culinary courage and adventurous eating. The anticipation is palpable, the tension in the air is thick, and the stakes have never been higher. This is where legends are made, and where the brave are separated from the faint-hearted. I take a deep breath and dig in. The texture is indescribable. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. As my fork pierces the surface, it gives way with a slight resistance, almost like it's fighting back. The first bite is a revelation, a shock to the senses. It's a texture that defies description, a combination of the familiar and the alien. It's like a cross between jelly and rubber, a strange, almost otherworldly sensation that leaves me both intrigued and unsettled. It's like a cross between jelly and rubber. The way it moves in my mouth is almost hypnotic, a dance of textures that is both fascinating and disconcerting. It's a culinary enigma, a puzzle that my taste buds are struggling to solve. Each chew brings a new wave of sensations, a new layer of complexity that keeps me guessing. It's a dish that challenges my preconceptions, that pushes the boundaries of what I thought food could be. The taste is pungent, like a strong cheese that's been left out in the sun for a week. This is it. The flavor hits me like a freight train, a powerful, almost overwhelming assault on my senses. It's a taste that demands attention, that refuses to be ignored. It's bold, it's brash, and it's unapologetically intense. It's a flavor that lingers, that leaves a lasting impression. It's the kind of taste that you either love or hate, with no middle ground. This is the one that will haunt my dreams. Stinky tofu. The name alone is enough to send shivers down my spine. It's a dish that has a reputation, a legacy of fear and fascination. It's the stuff of culinary nightmares, a challenge that few dare to face. But here I am, standing at the edge of the abyss, ready to take the plunge. It's a moment of truth, a test of my resolve and my stomach. The name says it all. Stinky tofu. It's a name that conjures up images of decay and rot, of something that should be avoided at all costs. But for those who dare to try it, it's a journey into the unknown, a taste adventure that promises both horror and delight. It's a dish that defies expectations, that challenges the very notion of what food should be. It's a culinary paradox, a contradiction that is both repulsive and irresistible. It's fermented tofu, and it's definitely an acquired taste. The fermentation process gives it a unique flavor, a complexity that is both intriguing and off-putting. It's a taste that grows on you, that evolves with each bite. It's a journey of discovery, a dance of flavors that takes you to the edge of your comfort zone and beyond. It's a dish that demands patience, that rewards those who are willing to embrace the unfamiliar. I think I'll stick to regular tofu from now on. Regular tofu is a safe haven, a familiar friend in a world of culinary chaos. It's a taste that I know and love, a comfort food that brings a sense of peace and stability. After the wild ride of stinky tofu, it's a welcome return to normalcy. It's a reminder that sometimes the best adventures are the ones that bring you back home. Well, there you have it. 5 weird and wonderful foods that I never thought I'd eat blindfolded. Here's my ranking, from least to most tolerable. 1. Stinky tofu. The smell alone is enough to make you gag. 2. Beef tongue. It's not the taste, it's the idea of it. 3. Sea grapes. A little too slimy for my liking. 4. Fried crickets. Surprisingly palatable. 5. Ant larvae dessert. Tasted like apple pie. Who knew? Now it's your turn. What weird and wonderful foods do you think I should try next? Leave your suggestions in the comments below. And remember, life's too short to eat boring food. Get out there and try something new.